Hello everyone, this is Muhammad from Python Ninja YouTube channel, and today we will learn together if statement in Python. If statement is used in the code or in your program is to execute some line of codes or a block of lines of code based on a condition, and it is not necessary to execute a block of code. For example, it can execute only one code or whatever you want, but based on a condition. If we meet this condition, or if the program meet the condition, then it will continue for execution, or it will go for different state of conditions or the rules. Okay. In this tutorial also, beside the if statement, we will show like advanced assignment of the condition based on the ternary operator when we combine the assignment and the conditional check into single line or in the same line of code. And this ternary operator is used to make a quick decision and assignment based on the condition. And we will see the assignment of the variable, and the condition will be within single line of code, meaning that this will return the number of lines that we will use later. Okay, now let's start by using if statement, and we will start by using the if else syntax. So we have if and then else. Okay, what it does exactly, it goes to the program and see if there is a condition. Okay, it will execute it and show the result. If the condition doesn't meet, okay, then it will go for another situation or for another thing to execute. For example, suppose I have a code that will check the age. If the age is greater than, for example, 30, then you are allowed to be active and access, for example, some property or a program. For example, let us to design age, and this age should be integer. Okay, and we express. So here we cast this input into an integer, and I will ask the user to enter your age, please. Okay, now I want to use if else syntax. So the first I can do is to write if age, okay, which the user will submit, is greater than 30, or for example, if it's greater than 18 for some applications. Okay, I will say, for example, print. I will show to the user that okay, you can access. Okay, um, else, then we can see where to use else. So if the is greater than 18, it can access. Okay, else, okay, I can show to the user a print. Okay, for example, if here I will use single quotation to save the same format, I will say I will use that for example, cannot access, okay, due to the age restriction. Okay, and sorry, restriction. Okay, and let's execute this code and see. Enter your age, please. My age is 17. Okay, now the program is executing, and it showed to me that cannot access because of the age restriction. What if I enter age to be greater than 18? For example, I have 20 years old. Yeah, you can access. So if a statement is used to execute some line of code, sorry, or a line of code based on a condition. If it meet, okay, this condition, then we will go for execution, else we will go for another route or another execution, okay, among the program. Another example, just to keep you more understand, or to keep you more aware about if condition. Suppose that I have this variable, and this variable will be a string variable that will ask, suppose you are in the restaurant and the machine will ask you, okay, would you like, sorry, would you like to eat? Okay, and here you will respond, sorry, you will respond either yes or no. And then if you response, okay, if response, the variable that I introduce here will equal, which is the assignment operator, which is used in if condition, and this compare logically, okay, if response equal the letter y, which I want to show to the user, then what it does, for example, we can show to the user that you can order food, okay, for example, okay, and else, and if the condition doesn't equal y, then we will go to another like print statement that will show to the user, okay, for example, no food for you, sorry for the rigid expression, and let us practice this. Would you like to eat? I will insert capital Y. Yeah, you can order food, and if any letter will go other than Y, then we cannot access, or we will have another print statement here. And let us also check if you have an application, and in this application you have a login, okay, screen, and this login screen assure that you can, or you already inserted your username. So if you didn't insert the username or submit empty name, then a notification will raise to you. Here I will say name as a variable, and this variable should be a string. Here input, enter your name, or let us to name it like username, okay. Then and sorry for like typo, name like this. And yeah, if name, which is a variable that the user will submit, if the name, and with if condition we use not one equal, we use double, which is the assignment operator. If if name will equal an empty string, this is an empty string. Please watch the next tutorial, because we will not the next one, but the next tutorials, in which we will describe more about string. But to open or to define an empty string, you use this quotation, or you use this, okay. If name is equal nothing, that means the user will submit nothing, okay. Then print or show to the user that, okay, enter your user name please, okay. Okay, and I can say this, and we have now asked the user to submit the name. If the name is empty, then if and print statement will executed, else another print statement will be executed. I will say print also here. What I can say here, print hello, and I will open a placeholder for the variable name. So here, if the name is empty, then it will go here. If the name is not empty, then I will say hello for the name. For example, if I just press enter, the name is empty, I didn't do anything, then it will say to show you a message will raise to me, it asks me to enter the name, And if I repeat the execution and I say my name is Mohanad, okay, and I press enter now, it will show to me a welcome message. So all of these examples just to practice the if and else statement, and this is really useful for the beginners. Now, how can I also use if statement in Boolean context? Okay, so in Boolean context, okay, we can use also if statement. For example, suppose you have a shop and you want to identify items. Okay, if it goes for the sale or not. For example, we can identify a variable. We can say for sale. Don't use variable like this. Don't use keyword to identify variable. Okay, so example, we can say for sale equal true. It could be false. Okay, now if for sale, this is the exact way to use if condition with boolean. It is equivalent to say that if true, okay, now if for sale and for sale is it true, so by the way, if it true, then print, okay, print to me that this item is for sale, okay, for sale. And if not, okay, and if not, we'll go to else statement. Else, I will show to the user a brand, okay, brand that this item, okay, this item is not for sale, okay, and we can execute this. Okay, so now because I have identified this for sale variable as a true, then this will be executed. If I switch the case to be false here, okay, then we will go for the next situation here, and this item is not for sale. Okay, for example, if I have like internet service provider that will show a message to me if a user is online or not, I can identify the variable online, and I will say okay, the online true. I will ask ask if online, if the user online. So suppose that this is part of the code and you reached to the situation or to the measurement that this user is online. So if the user is online, which is a true here, if online, okay, I will show to the monitor that user active. Okay, okay, now if not else, okay, I will show, okay, like user offline. Okay, user, oh my gosh, user, okay, offline. And let's see if it will go. Yeah, because it's true, and here we print this, it is online, and let us to see if we reduce to the false. Oh, user offline, that's good. Now this is what I want to tell you about the if condition, and exactly what is if else, but I want also to make you to another level used by using different syntax of if, which is if, and we have all elif, okay, and then we can have another elif, and we have else, for example. So if I have multi conditions stacked on the top of each other, then I can use as many as elif, okay, and I close my program with else, which will be like the negative to the conditions. Okay, let us see. Let us say that if I have this variable age, the same of what I did, okay, this will be input, and I will ask the user enter your age, please. Okay, now this like demo or this code, what it does, it will check the age. If the age is lower than or equal 0, then it will show to the user invalid age, a message with invalid age. If it greater than 70, it will show to the user, "Oh, you are old." If it is like equal greater than or equal 33, then you are allowed to access some property. If it is, and you must be like if it is not equal, for example, 33 or 30, then another message will arise to the user. Now let us to say if age, okay, like lower than or equal 0, I want to show to the user that a brand enter our can say that error, okay, and this like negative age or 0 age. Okay, now this is the first condition. I have another condition. I say elif, okay, elif age, okay, greater than 70. Okay, what I can say here, I can print to the user, okay, you are too old. For example, you are too old. Okay, then I have another condition to check. If it is like greater than, if so not if, elif, okay, age, okay, greater than or equal, for example, 30, I can say I can go to another level of the program, and I can show to the user that, oh, you can access, okay, okay, then I can show something that you can access, press next, just to decorate the work. And no, so if age is 0, message. If it greater than 70, another message. If it like greater than or equal 30, which is the allowed one, is okay. But what if between 0 and 30, then I can do the last condition by using else. Okay, so usually the last condition is taken from else, and I can say print, okay, you must be like plus 30 to access this service. Okay, and let us to access. Enter your age, please. My age is 80. You are too old. And run this. Enter your age, please. I am 15. Okay, you must be plus 30. And let us to enter my age is 35. Yo, I can access the service. And this is what I want to introduce for you for um, if else and if elif for multi conditions. The last thing that I want to close with is the ternary operator. What is the ternary operator? Again, ternary operator is like a syntax way or an expression way by which we give the assignment and the condition to the same line. So suppose that I have a program that will that accept a variable in which we will store the age. For example, age equal 40. Okay, now I want to shrink my code to be like more like ordered, and not to use multi-line of code when I use if conditions, but I want to use advanced method. Then I can use ternary operator. Ternary operator, for example, for this example, it will check the age. If the age, for example, is greater than 65, it will be retired. And if it lower than, it will be not retired. For example, I can say retired equal, okay, true. So the user will be retired, okay, if, okay, if age, which is the external variable, greater than or equals 65. Okay, else, okay, else false. Ah, this is what I mean of the ternary operator. So he will be retired, okay, if his age greater than 65. So I want like a Boolean or result to see based on the age if he is retired or not. Okay, this is the main intuition of this example. So in general, ternary operator by which way I can assign like Boolean here true or false or whatever other than the Boolean to a variable retired, and I give the condition in the same line of code. So here we will he is retired true if his age greater than 65, else false in the same line. And let us to print this retired, and we will see that yeah, it is not retired since his age is 40. So suppose you have a program that will check something and it will come to age. This will check his age and will show the user to the end user that if he is retired or not. But if he is 70 years old, then we will use the another situation or the another case which is true. Yeah, that's for today's tutorial. See you next tutorial, and we will practice some exercise related to if and elif. Bye bye.